Hey guys, Sean Mory here, joining you for another session of the LenCred Credit Geek Q&A. It's just going to be me today. Dustin's a little bit busy handling some of the new clientele that we're starting to ramp up a little bit with. The summertime is always a busier time of season for us. So we're also going to switch gears a little bit about what we're talking about during our sessions. We're still going to be answering your questions, but we're going to try to appeal to that larger mass of entrepreneurs and small business owners. So our marketing department has started to look into questions you guys are asking on Google. And so the biggest one that we've seen this week, one of the top two actually, was how do I start and finance a startup small business, and specifically within a restaurant? Great question, and I think this is probably about 10 to 20% of the clientele I speak with are doing something in the food industry. The first and biggest mistake I make is I see a lot of people that try to get all their capital in one place. And they have some pretty unrealistic expectations. So the first rule of thumb, if you've never borrowed that type of money before, don't expect to borrow that type of money now without bringing some collateral or some down payment money to the table. 100, 150, 250 grand. Second mistake I see a lot of people make is they're trying to purchase their building. I get it, you want to just get that asset in place early on, but sometimes you have to be more realistic and start small and take bigger bites as you start to grow your company. Now the first thing is equipment. Every single restaurant's going to need equipment. A lot of times they're like, yeah, I need 40, 50, 60 grand for my ovens and for my overhead vents and everything like that. You got to put in the grease traps, things to that effect. A lot of that stuff, walk-in freezers, coolers, fridges, POS systems, which every restaurant's going to need more than likely. These can sometimes be financed through equipment financing specifically. Now you're not going to get 150, 250 grand in equipment, nothing grandiose, but 25, 35, maybe even 50,000 on a term over 2, 3, 5 years even can be a good way to take a $50,000 budget and cut it into a $20,000 budget, or 150 grand that you need in capital down to 100,000. So it can start to make things a little bit more realistic. Now, the second piece of this is make sure that you know your options and that you don't start jeopardizing and spending personal credit just hoping that you're going to be able to get the capital you need. You need to be strategic and start cutting back budgets anytime that you can. Put together a basic business plan if nothing else. You don't have to be a business expert to put together a simplistic plan. There's companies like Score that you can go to that are previous small business owners who have retired that for free will help you. Our CEO has done some thought leadership with them, so there's great avenues like that. But the last thing that I'll say here, and I'll wrap up, I want to get off my soapbox here with you guys, is make sure that you're asking questions and that you're doing your research prior. Don't assume that you're going to be able to get what you want and start committing financially before you know you have the pieces of the puzzle in place and that you're going to be successful. So, thanks for joining us. I hope that helps answer your question. You guys have a great day.